what do you say when you greet someone? Like someone says, "Hi, how are you?" What's your response there? So I've just been chatting with my cousin Darren, and our dads were brothers, but we haven't had a lot to do with each other over the years. He lives, a big full life in Sydney, and I'm up here on the Sunshine Coast, and so we haven't really seen each other for a very long time. And so we just jumped online a little while ago, and he said, "So how are you?" And I went, "I'm fabulous." And he said, "I am too." So what do you say when you meet someone? Are you fabulous? Well, Darren, I think this is pretty cool that, we're getting together and having a chat on the internet. How are you?
Yeah, it's about time. I'm fantastic.
There you go. It's just another one of those great F words, isn't it? Fabulous,
Oh, yeah.
fantastic. They just roll off your tongue, really, don't they?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Hello.
What's your first piece of random shit? I can't wait to see these. Show us.
Right. Well, these days we all have sort of computers in our pockets with iPhones and so on, and that's where all our music is, and we can watch videos. But if we go back 100 years ago, what did we have that was portable to play music? We didn't have videos, but I've got something here that is what they used to use 100 years ago to play music in a portable sense.
Wow.
And it is this box here. Doesn't look like much as a box, does it?
No, but
when you open it up, carefully, he says.
Yeah, carefully. Don't break it. Oh, wow.
It's a portable gramophone. A 1915 portable gramophone.
Wow, that's beautiful.
And it's still in working order. And my father, your uncle, bought this a very, very long time ago, because we used to travel around in vintage cars all over the countryside. And so the idea was to travel around in the vintage car, get out the blanket,
Yep.
Put the portable gramophone down and play a few old records.
How fabulous. That's brilliant.
Yeah.
What a gorgeous piece of equipment.
Yeah, so it is pretty good. We could put something on it if you like and see if we can hear it tune.
All right.
Now it winds up just like any gramophone, and it's actually it winds up a spring underneath, and when the spring lets go, it spins a set of balls which sort of operate in like a centrifugal force, and turns the player.
And so does it keep it at a steady rate, like as it turns? I don't have the technical word for that.
Yeah, so it has a little dial on it that you can't see.
Yeah.
Try to set the speed.
Okay.
Now it's a bit old, but it is for 78s. And now when you put the stylus or needle on, the really old 78s wear a needle out with one play of the record.
Oh, really?
Yeah. The one I've got here, most of the ones I've got here are from the 50s. And there's a little break to stop it from playing. But this one here is Ella Fitzgerald and Louis Armstrong.
Oh, how fabulous.
So let's have a go at this and see how we go. just.
It is. It sounds fantastic, though. What a dream.
There's no volume on it either.
Oh, okay, so it's flat out or nothing. Oh, Darren, that's just such a treat.
How good is that?
That's brilliant. I love it.
It's fantastic, and I had it put away for a long time, and it was only recently that I brought it out and showed my own children, and my son Robert was amazed. Now Robert is 24.
Yes, same age as our Lewis.
And he'll probably tell me that I got that age wrong, but anyway.
No, I think you're right.
He'd never seen anything like it before,
yeah.
And I think it's such a often we see gramophones with the big sort of speaker, which was the piece that you had in your house, and it was like a centerpiece, and people would come over.
Yeah.
But this device it's a box and it's got a handle, and you could just
take it with you.
Place. Now the fabulous thing about this as well is no electricity required.
Yeah, that's
you just
spectacular.
Wind it up and put the record on, and away you go.
Yeah.
So,
what a treat! Thank you for that. I'm going to share my first piece of random shit, which is not nearly as exciting as yours, but interesting nonetheless. Now, my dad and our cousin Ray collected.
What you going to show me?
Yeah, beer coasters. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't even know if it's still a thing. Is it? I don't go to pubs or clubs or anything. So are coasters still a thing? And do people still collect them? Look at them. I've got heaps.
You still find coasters in a lot of pubs.
Are they collectible?
Look, you find a lot of them now are advertising for a particular drink, perhaps.
Sure.
But you still do find it. I do notice that I've spent a lot of time in the UK. They're definitely a thing in the UK.
Sure. Well,
definitely.
The pub culture is pretty big over there. So I've got this one. This is welcome to Granville RSL Club.
Oh, fantastic.
But often on the back, you'll find that people have written on them. Yeah?
Right.
So this one, you might know this person, which is why I thought this would be interesting. So
fantastic. There's
a little story. The politicians are going to refuse their rise in pay. They are going to kill inflation by closing this their way. South Sydney clubs in trouble. Their players are in a rage. They're not going to play no more unless the referee is Keith Page. Do you know who Keith Page was?
That name rings a bell.
Okay, well, maybe we'll have to investigate.
Yeah.
Who Keith Page was and why Souths wanted him so desperately.
They're, and that's probably why I know the name. And they're obviously talking about rugby league of some kind.
Yeah,
there.
Well, this would have been, this came from either my dad, who's been gone for 38 years now. And so, it's fairly old. It's not going to be a new referee.
Well, that club is still there. Granville RSL is still there.
Is it?
Just next to Granville train station.
Oh, yes, where the train accident happened. Yeah. And so we used to be South Sydney supporters.
Right.
And I can still remember the song, Here Come the Rabbitohs to win the comp this year. So we still sing that sometimes. But then when my grandfather on the other side moved to Cronulla, then suddenly we were all Cronulla supporters. So there you go.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't say that too late. Well, they did win a comp. Because I'm also a Cronulla member.
Are you?
But only because I'm a member of the mighty Newtown Bluebags.
Oh, okay. I've got a Cronulla Sutherland coaster here too. There's another South Sydney. St George Motorboat Club. Yeah, and they've all of these have got things written on them. This has got a phone number and ask for Jenny.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, written on the back of that one. That's St George Motorboat Club. So Jenny.
Right.
We've got your number.
I was going to say there has to be one with a phone number there.
Yeah. There's a few.
One with a deed or a contract written on it by chance.
Yeah, there's some notes about solicitors and stuff.
Yeah, that's right.
I don't know. So what's your second piece, Darren?
Okay. So I'd certainly like, and not giving away anyone's age, but to be a bit nostalgic, certainly about the 70s. And you may remember in the 70s, they had lots of compilation albums.
Yes.
And they had great names like Bumper and Explosive Hits.
Yes.
And I've got a few here. I'll throw a few here up. Here is Explosive Hits 1975.
So what's the first on the first track?
You've got John Paul Young.
Oh, don't tell me the song because I'm already singing it. Stop it. It's not Love Is in the Air, is it?
No, the other one.
Oh, thank
Yesterday's Hero.
God. Oh, okay.
And Bye Bye Baby, Bay City Rollers.
Oh, yeah.
The Glitter Band. We shouldn't mention Gary Glitter.
No.
Linda Stat, AC/DC. Look, some stuff that I don't even... Oh, of course, everyone's favourite from the 70s, Sherbet.
Oh, yes, absolutely.
And how about this one? Mind Bender.
Ooh.
This one has Kung Fu Fighting on it.
Oh, yes, I remember that. Singing it now.
And Living in the 70s. Bit of Rod Stewart. Saturday Night's All Right for Fighting. Bit of Elton John. Debbie Byrne. All sorts of great things. Of course, probably one of my favourites when I was young is the TV Times record of top TV themes.
Oh, wow. I've never seen that. That looks very interesting.
We got Hawaii 5-0, class of 74.
Oh, yeah.
The theme song to Skippy, that's everyone's favourite. And Skippy plays drums on that. Look that one up on Google.
I will. Skippy playing drums.
Yeah. Hogan's Hero, lots of, and of course, probably the best one of it all, Farewell Auntie Jack.
Ah, what a great song.
Look, one really quickly, and
Yes.
I think this was definitely mine because the price tag that you can't see up in the top corner says $2.99.
Yes.
And it's got my mother's writing with my name on it that says D. Cook. And that was Smokey Dawson. You remember Smokey Dawson?
Oh, yes. Back on the ranch.
And like song number 5 is a real tearjerker. The cowboy isn't speaking to his horse anymore.
Oh, that poor cowboy, that poor horse. I mean, what has the horse had to put up with all of this time?
And look, one of the craziest ones I found in record collections, I always go looking,
Yes.
is the Colonel Sanders Christmas album.
Oh, I was going to say that looks like that Rolf person that we don't talk about anymore.
No, I wouldn't go near that.
No.
But this has a personal letter on the back from the Colonel himself.
Wow. That's special, Darren. Is that like to you? Dear Darren.
No.
Oh, okay.
It's just,
Or
you'd
not
have
that
to make
special.
all of them, wouldn't you? Well, I take it personally.
Good.
Perhaps it was the one pressing, but so I do love fairs and fates and when you're wandering around, especially out in country towns, and someone has a box of records.
Yes.
Then I'm always into it to see what I can find, see if I can find some 78s or something crazy like Bumper.
Yeah, I'm loving that. I'm loving that.
Yeah.
God.
It's
All right.
yeah, it's pretty good fun.
It is good fun. Well, I've got my second piece of random shit, and this is a box. It has random shit in it, which is going to make a noise, but it's a cigarette box that belonged to our grandmother. Alice.
Ah, right.
Yeah, because pretty much everyone in the family smoked, didn't they?
Certainly did.
Yeah. Were you a smoker?
No,
Oh, well done you.
no.
Yeah, well, it's got
Everything else, but not that.
it's got random shit in it. I'm going to get rid of that.
Right.
Yes, but Nana was quite the elegant smoker, and
Yes, indeed.
wasn't she? And she sometimes she had a little thing that she stuck the cigarette into, one of those things.
Cigarette holder, yeah.
Yeah, and her cigarettes were kept in that, and she had a little ashtray that she carried with her as well.
Ashtray, and because your Uncle Keith, my father, worked at a cigarette factory, used to supply our grandmother with free cigarettes.
Free cigarettes, yeah. What wasn't there to love about smoking when you got them for free?
Well, I guess so. But what's funny is the very first record I ever owned was a cigarette promotional record that my dad brought me home from work.
Wow.
And I'll cover the name so we don't have any problems, but there it is there. It's got Tony Barber on the front cover. And it was a whistler. I used to go out and whistle, and if you caught the whistler out in the streets, you get a free packet of cigarettes.
Okay.
Free packet of cigarettes. Mind you, they were... so I still have that record, very first record I ever had. 34 cents a packet. It was probably pretty expensive back then. But so there you go. Look at that. That's a nice... we're on the same wavelength there.
Yeah.
You have the cigarette box and I've got the promotional record.
And you're not a smoker and I'm an ex-smoker.